Hi, I'm Rick Seid, founder of Frontline Krav Maga and Fighting Chance. I hope you've enjoyed and learned a little bit from the video clips I've posted here on YouTube. I also want to let you know before we get into this next lesson that I put together the most comprehensive Krav Maga package that's due for release late October. It's going to cover all kinds of material, including many of my own modifications for Krav Maga that I know you haven't seen, but you will love and be able to implement right away. In this package, we're going to deal with multiple attacks, basic grabs, chokes, bear hugs, gun defenses, knife stick defenses, as well as use, hostage, anti-terrorist, third-party rescue, ground fight against the armed or unarmed attacker. Again, the most comprehensive Krav Maga package that's out there. I'm offering you now until October 10th a can't refuse price. So email me so I can send you the specifics and the details so you can take advantage of this special offer. I want you to learn this material and share it with your friends so you can make life a little bit simpler and a lot safer. Thank you. In our training, in most Krav Maga, you know that there's what we call 360, or outside defending against knives. We also defend inside. I think have covered this in one of our other lessons, but what I think is even more critical and more important is bursting into the attack, because there is always a likelihood that this little channel right in between Mark and I, if I were to attack him, that I can quickly change direction. So become responsive in a very short period of time, which is very difficult to do. So essentially we want to try and stop the attack in its motion at its earliest opportunity or earliest point. So what I mean is we're going to employ still the same type of tactics or principles and concepts of 360. For example, if I'm starting to come in at Mark, he's still making his defense at a 90-degree angle to my attack to stop it in its place. The difference is with bursting, and the way we want you to really train strong, is as soon as he recognizes an attack is in motion, he's now moving into the attack. So I have no possibility, let me have Mark step back for 1 second. So I have no possibility of going from here to here quickly or changing the direction. He's cutting off the angle of my attack at its earliest opportunity is the best way I can explain this. If I turn Mark slightly to this angle right here, you'll see what I mean. As I'm coming here, I have nowhere to be able to, in that channel, to be able to change the direction. So essentially that's what we want to do. He recognizes the angle of the attack and he comes in at it at a 90-degree angle. I'm coming in here and he's catching it again at its earliest moment. I know I've said that 3 or 4 times, but this is critical. Even when we're training in class sometime, if you lay back on your heels, the attack goes from here to here or here to here, you're not going to make that defense. It's going to get past you. So we want to, again, burst into the attack. Okay? The low attack, again, we're coming at it in this way. This way, this way. We're going to get into finishing in a moment. As I now start to step toward Mark to make an attack, he's gotten in and blunted my attack. I'm going to move a little bit. Notice he's coming in before I can get this totally in motion. So we practice in this way. I'm just making low attacks now. I'm switching hands, and he's coming in and he's locking. Low attacks, probably the lower circle or lower arc of this circle, arm's going to be down. He can probably predetermine my attack by recognizing if my hand is like this or like this. Even in an instance where it's in this manner, you can recognize the direction of the attack and work appropriately against it. Now, the same basic principle takes place when it starts coming higher into the angle. Mark's still going to encroach or burst into the attack. Let me turn him this way 1 second so you can see. As he's coming, he's getting into this position. Notice he's taking my arm back and he's staying with it. If he didn't, if he just blocked it into place, I come here and then I've got another attack opportunity. So as he makes contact, he's driving back in this way. Okay? For this DVD in this lesson, he's not hitting me with his elbow. We include that in our bursting motion. All right? Notice what he's doing here again. Boom. The arm is coming back, and now he can control and start to make an attack from here. Okay? Once you kind of get this, and you work with your partner in this way, come, good, and move around a little bit. He's coming and attacking, good, and move, shove a little bit. And then once you see he's starting to get it, mix it up and push a little. Good, work them off, good. shove him. So now he's got to respond accordingly, quickly, without hesitation in the course of the action. We're going to go to a couple addendums to this because I want to first go to the locking mechanism to control the weapon, and then I'll give you a couple different options. As Mark defends, he's not just defending, he's not just defending, he's now looking to capture the weapon at the same time. He comes in here, he's going to now let it circumvent, continue up, and he's locking. I'm going to turn it a little, so now I'm going to try and pull out here. I can't. He's got me well solidified with control. He can mount leg attacks, he can come out with strikes if he needs. He's got all kinds of different options that he can use right here. Not a problem. Even if the attack is low, he can still ride it up and control, okay? Now, this is a little more problematic when the attack comes high. And I'll give you an addendum or a different option in a moment. Now, from here, as the attack comes, Mark drives it back. He's going to bring it back. I've taken away all my leverage to be able to go forward. All he has to do is lean into it. Now he can start striking, causing me damage, hitting, and then go into a disarm from here. Bring it up here, or he can drive me to the ground with a takedown or a variety of other tactics. Shove me, get away, whatever the situation calls for. All right, I'd be remiss if I didn't cover a couple things that can happen in this type of situation. And later on in this DVD, in our drill section, you're going to see how we utilize this in some of our drills: multiple attack, simultaneous attacks, guns, knives, sticks, grabs, pulls, and how we work instantaneously against all of them. But here's a couple things that can happen in these scenarios. All right, let's say Mark makes a high attack and I'm here and I haven't got that arm back or pushed back. There's two situations that can happen. I wind up with the knife hand alongside here. Not an ideal place to be, not critical if you know what to do. Could be problematic. If I happen to get the knife underneath Mark's arm here and he locks me, it's easy for me to come out with the knife and start to attack. I may just go from here, hit him once or twice, use this to come out and slice his arm. So this is where it can get problematic. So the first thing, once we recognize this knife is underneath us, we've got to clamp down, lock if you can. Anything it takes to maintain it being secured to your body so he has no movement. Also, I want to be able to use touch and feel where that knife is. If I feel it's up against my back and he still can cause me damage, I might pull him in a little bit or retreat back a little bit so I'm over the hand. And now you see that he can't go anywhere. I'm putting a lot of pressure. Now I can hit. Where do we go from here? Well, there's two different things that we can do from here that I teach, maybe more, but for this training, this is all you need to know. Before I go for that weapon, I want to make sure he's hurt in some capacity. I can't just turn and start going for this weapon. If he's got strength and power left in him, he's going to take my back, take me down, give me another problem to deal with. So I'm going to strike, hit everything I've got, keeping this under control. At this point, I can utilize one particular takedown. I'm not going to take Mark down hard, but I'm going to give you an idea. I can come out here, grab just below his bicep. I'm going to drag forward and down. Drag forward and down here. Now I've got control, and at least I have his threat minimized at best, minimized at worst, or at best, I've got total control. I can take him down, arm bar him, and take the knife out of his hand and subdue him. The other option that we have here, from this position, I'm going to hit again, boom, boom, making sure. I know I'm in a little problem here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate quickly. Once I've hit him a couple times to distract him, take a knee, head, I'm going to come over here. I switch quickly. I'm going to come up, either disarm, or here, I can take him into an arm bar or drive him down. Whatever the case may be, whatever I need to do. One more time from here, a little slower. I'm caught. What I'm going to do is hit, strike, keeping this controlled. As I come over, this locks before I release here. I'm locking and I'm coming into this position, turning his hand over. If I'm under the crook, I can bend it. If not, I'm going to come in through here and do a disarm from this position and then find myself a way to safety.